Xiao Tian is a master who can tear open space with his bare hands. But he can't resist the temptation of delicious food. Just last night, his head chef was mysteriously abducted by someone. Zhang Ling informed him of this news. Xiao Tian thought Zhang Ling was talking in her sleep. He then lay back on the bed again, instantly entering the realm of dreams. After a while, he suddenly jumped up and asked Zhang Ling, "Zhang, you got kidnapped?" Zhang Ling and Lu Yan were speechless, joking that as long as the prince is happy, they shouldn't let them play role-playing games in the future. Xiao Tian then got up from the bed, saying that he was just joking. No wonder his wife wasn't in the palace yesterday. Something like this happened. Who in the imperial city dares to cause trouble? Lu Yan reminded Xiao Tian on the side. "My lord, did you forget about the black-clad assassin who kidnapped you last night?" Zhang Ling, who was nearby, was shocked by Lu Yan's words, wondering if this person was tired of living, daring to come to the prince's palace to die. Lu Yan described the events of last night. The assassin's 6th-grade spiritual weapon shattered when it pierced the prince's head. Then the prince held the broken blade in his hand and played with it, saying that as long as the other party admitted their mistake, he would spare them. But he choked the assassin's neck, preventing him from making a sound. The assassin could only gesture for mercy. However, the prince considered it a provocation. He tore open space with his bare hands and threw the assassin into it. After hearing all this, Zhang Ling felt that, if there were levels of being cheap, then the prince's level of being cheap was the highest. At this moment, Xiao Tian was lost in thought. The Black Soul Temple was really pushing their luck, targeting him. Zhang Ling and Lu Yan didn't understand what the prince meant. Xiao Tian spread his hands, saying that since becoming the Grand Flame Prince, he'd kept a low profile, enjoyed life's pleasures, and never provoked anyone. Right from the start, that old man from the Black Soul Temple came to Qingyan Mountain for no reason to pick a fight with him. This time, they sent an assassin who would rather die than surrender, attacking him when his sensing ability was off. And there were many people in the Grand Flame Dynasty. Yet they specifically kidnapped Zhang Yangming. Why didn't they kidnap Lu Aoshan, the Prime Minister, instead? If they wanted to target the Grand Flame Dynasty, it would have been better to go after the Prime Minister. So he had reason to suspect that the other party discovered his whereabouts because of the Blood Cloud Tower incident. So they deliberately did these things to make him take action, then expose his strength and alarm the Empress. That way, his life wouldn't be so leisurely anymore. He had to eliminate the other party as soon as possible. Afterward, terrifying explosions resounded around him. The air seemed to be shattered. Xiao Tian instantly flew to the south. The two girls next to him were left stunned in place, gazing in astonishment as Xiao Tian departed. They commented that the prince had an extraordinary imagination. Zhang Ling then looked at Lu Yan and said, she suddenly felt some sympathy for the Black Soul Temple. Why did they kidnap her father? At the same time, Empress Zuruo Yan was already near the southern border, but still hadn't discovered Zhang Yangming's whereabouts. She flew across the entire territory of the Grand Flame Dynasty, yet couldn't detect the kidnapper's presence. She couldn't believe the other party could be that fast. Zuruo Yan stood in mid-air, hands behind her back, gazing into the distance. Further south was the territory of the Black Soul Temple. Entering it recklessly would mean an open confrontation with the Black Soul Temple. She considered searching the southern border again. Suddenly, her expression changed as she immediately turned back. She sensed a terrifying presence, continuously approaching from behind. Without waiting for her to think too much, she saw a figure passing by her side. The shockwave from their movement momentarily threw her off balance.